We're here with Michael from the Perfect Fryer Company, and we're going to demystify a little bit about what the Perfect Fryer is and how long it's been around and some of the uses and application in different businesses. So welcome. How's the show going for you?
Terrific. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, no, going well. Keeping us busy.
Oh, that's good. So plenty of interest around the Perfect Fryer?
We always get a lot. What we do is we cut down on the infrastructure.
Yeah.
So with the Perfect Fryer, it allows our end users and our customers to be able to fry outside of a kitchen space, any kind of business, any kind of area, any kind of time of the day or staff member using it.
Okay, so you don't have to be skilled to use the fryer, is that what you're saying?
No, correct. All the skill is done by the machine, by the equipment, so it allows any staff member to be able to use and produce consistent product all the time.
Okay, so what is it, a hot air oven or how does it work?
We're still cooking oil.
Oh,
we
okay.
can't get the same taste cooking with any other technology, then that's the best way to is in oil. So what we've done is we've built around the fryer so that it filters its own air. It doesn't need to be under a hood or a canopy. We have a fully inbuilt fire suppression system, so there's no issue with insurance.
Okay.
We can take this out of a kitchen space and put it in any environment.
Okay, so from what you just said that I suppose biggest concern around oil and deep fat frying is all the other systems that you have to have in place to manage that risk, I suppose. And what you're saying is that manages the process itself, so it has a filter in there, it has an exhaust, or
absolutely. Yeah. So what it does, and I can show you on the machine here.
Yep.
We have an air filter cartridge inside, and we have a baffle, which is a miniature version of what you'd have in an overhead canopy.
It looks exactly like what you see in the canopy up.
Exactly.
In the big kitchen.
All the air gets drawn through the cooking chamber, through the air filtration system, removes all the grease out of the air, and therefore we don't need the canopy overhead.
When you say the filtration system, what do you mean by that? Is that
so the filter draws all the grease out of the air, and when you take the grease out, we're just blowing a small amount of clean air out the back of the unit.
Okay.
So we negate the need for
you're saying like any oil or odour, or is
correct,
that
both? Yeah, all the oil, and once you take the oil out, you take the odour out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that a special filter? Is it made up of any different material?
It's a patented filter. That's it's a HEPA paper and a charcoal-based filter.
Okay.
And both have their own role within that filtration process. And we can get virtually all the grease out of the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
So inside there, it looks like just like a normal mini deep fryer setup where I've got my oil, I've got my filter in there, and it's all pretty compact.
Exactly. We've got a high power to oil ratio, so that we can seal the outside of the food nice and quick.
Which is important, isn't it?
And get that recovery time up.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to give you a good quality product. It's going to seal the outside, stop the oil penetration, and give you a good tasting food. Going to give you quick cooking time and high hourly outputs or rates of product.
That is important, isn't that power to weight ratio pretty much?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're not getting the recovery, your product's not sealing, it's not frying properly, it's almost
soaking
like
in,
boil.
it's coming out soggy, it's not going to crisp on the outside. Our temperature we control and measure down to within a degree.
Okay.
It won't. The machine won't allow the next lot of food to go in if it's not at temperature.
Geez, that's important, isn't it?
It is important because in a normal fryer, people don't know what the temperature's back at, and they're going in a backward cycle, dumping the next lot of food on top, and they don't know that it's not up to temperature and the quality of food's going downhill. This is all measured, and again, it's not down to the staff member to measure that or to decide whether it's ready. The machine's doing that automatically.
Okay. Yeah. And I see you've got a number of different items on the front panel here with numbers next to them.
Well, basically, because they're not cooks and chefs, we don't want our staff members having to know how long something takes to cook, overcooking or undercooking. We have 9 programs here that we can set up to suit any food type or any menu. So we can change all that, and the site, in their training learns how to change all those things to suit the food type. Change all the variables like the time and the temperature and some other background settings just to nail that, to nail those settings right. So for normal operation, all they have to do is put the food into the drawer.
Okay.
Close the lid. Select what it is that they're cooking. Press the button up on the control on the keypad. It does the rest. It takes the food from the drawer, drops it into the oil.
No way.
Cooks it, and then drops it into the tray on the bench. Do you want to have a look how that works?
Yeah, that'd be great if you could show us how that works.
We've got some beer battered diamonds here.
So this is a raw product going into the chamber?
This is straight out of the freezer. So just an everyday chip that's gone in. In terms of volume, we can fill that drawer completely. And depending on the product, it's around a bit over a kilo per cook.
So that's a good, 4 portions, 5 portions at
Yeah, well, it's a
200
bit over
grams?
5 cups of buckets of chips.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we close the lid?
Close the lid.
Yep.
We select what it is that we're cooking. So and we can change those things. I'll press button number 1.
Yep.
We can see here 3 minutes. It's going to drop the food. We can hear that kind of go into the fryer
Okay, so
now.
it's automatically placed the food into the oil?
Correct. It'll
And now
cook
the
it off.
timer started?
It's going to count down.
Yep.
Once it's finished cooking, it'll lift the basket out. It'll drain it. And
Okay.
again, that's programmable. We can control how long that drains for.
Yep.
And then it'll dispense the food out into the tray on the bench.
Wow.
So,
So while that's cooking, I could be doing other things?
you could, well, the first thing you do, if you get another order, you could put the next lot of food into the drawer.
Okay.
And you could select the button for what it is, and it will wait. And once the cooked food drops out, it'll send the next lot into the oil. And you're right, you disappear now, serve other
Yep.
customers, put the plates out, prepare other meals. Once that's cooked perfectly,
Yep.
it'll drop it out. Not up to you, the
Yeah.
machine will do that.
I'm just amazed that there's no sort of vapour and smoke and
No,
things
that's
bellowing
right.
out anyway.
It's the most
It's
efficient.
a very
in
tiny
terms
looking
of-
unit too.
It is. It's very
Yeah.
small. Front loading means we're not taking up very much bench space.
Yeah.
Everything through the front, and the cleaning process is along the same lines as well. That all the components inside come out of the unit for easy
Yep.
cleaning. Drain the oil, put it through the dishwasher or through the sink.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And, like people might say, oh, there's not enough timers and programs, timers for the programs. But in my experience, that a lot of fried food cooks in similar times as well. So,
It does.
unless it's like a small chicken fillet or a chicken nugget or a chip or something, there's not a lot of variation in temperature.
No, you're exactly right. So if
Yeah.
you do have a lot of fried food items on your menu, you can have multiple items for each of the programs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And where have some of these units gone into? So what are some of the
Lots of
places?
businesses. We do a lot of service station convenience stores. We do
Okay.
a lot of clubs and hotels.
Yep.
They'll have limited kitchen hours.
Uh-huh.
They have gaming rooms. They may be
Oh,
open
yeah,
till
that's
3
a
in
good
the morning
idea, isn't
or
it?
24 hours.
Chefs have gone home?
Chef's gone home. The normal
Yep.
bar staff can be cooking this range of food
Yep.
all hours.
Uh-huh.
It's helps with their responsible service of alcohol and all those things in terms of having hot, fresh food available all hours. We do a lot of cafes and kiosks
Yep.
where they can't get the infrastructure of hoods and canopies
Okay.
in, like shopping centres and malls and things
Yep.
like that. Just opens a window to the number of areas that can go. Cinemas, bowling alleys.
Geez, it
you
sounds
name
pretty
it.
endless.
Yeah.
So really, anywhere where you couldn't cook fried food before?
Outside of a kitchen,
Yeah.
you can have a real extensive menu.
Yep.
That's cooked fresh by any staff member, any time
Yep.
of the day, and it's really good high profit food as well for operators.
Yeah, I suppose when you're talking about profitable food items, it's either coffee or potato
That's right.
chips.
When you're up to
fried chips.
80% margin,
Yep.
generally it's going to be out of the freezer, so you've got no waste. If
Yeah,
you're not
that's
selling
true.
it, you're not cooking it.
Yep.
So you could have a quiet night. We only sell 10 bowls of chips. You could have
Yep.
a busy night, and
Okay.
either way, you're going to be able to cater for that.
And are these fairly new? It's something that.
We actually brought the first one into Australia about 16 or 17 years ago now. They didn't look like this back
Uh-huh,
then. They looked
yeah.
a bit different. But
Okay.
between that one, we've got three models now that,
Right.
that we look after in Australia.
Yeah.
And so we've got units that are still 16, 17 years old.
out there in the trade
pumping out
working away.
chips. Yeah.
Wow,
Well, any
that's-
kind of fried food, of course,
Yeah.
not just chips. Yeah.
And if people wanted some more information on the Perfect Fryer, I see you've got your website there.
Go to our website,
Yep.
www.perfectfry.com.au.
Okay.
Or you could call us on the 1800 265 771.
Yep. And it looks like our time has just finished, so that
So we can see here it's just unloading the product.
and there you have it. Look at that, hot,
There you go.
fresh fried chips. What was that? 3-minute cook time.
3 minute cook time, yeah.
Wow, that's quite incredible. So the next lot will be in there.
That'll dump in automatically now,
Yep.
go into the unit, and no staff member here to come and do that. So,
Yep.
they will come out looking like that, exactly the same every time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. The Perfect Fryer. Thanks very much
Thanks
for your
very
time
much, Jeff.
today, and have a great show.
Thank you, mate.
Okay, thanks.